This podcast contains scenes of violence, adult language, and if we did our jobs right, I guess disturbing subject matter. Listener discretion is heavily advised. I got a fare.
There's something deeply broken about the way our current systems function. Thousands, possibly millions, going without in a time when they need it the most. Humanity is defined by our ability to pull together in times of crisis, and we need that now more than ever. Did you know that over 69,420,000 liters of lube was reported as lost in transit in 2902 alone? Hospital admissions for genital friction burns have gone up 69%. Accounting for 4.20% of health spending on the Canadian highway. This election season, remind your representatives in the Assembly what really matters. Vote yes on Proposition 42069. Nice. To overhaul our system of galactic lube distribution. When we come together, we can fit anything inside of our imagination. Do your part. Vote yes. This message is sponsored by Spittin' Hot, Spittin' Spot Hidden Lube. Get jalapeno in your jalapeno.
Oh, my favorite one yet.
Hello and welcome to The Stars Aren't All Right, also known as the Space Lube Podcast. My name is Brian, and I will be your keeper for this evening as we use the Call of Cthulhu system to explore the far future. With me this evening are my friends, my compatriots, and the recipients of my nonsense. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. Why don't you introduce yourself, the character you're playing, and then tell me one thing that your character was thinking about last episode. And we'll start with Catherine.
Hello, I am Catherine, and I play Juno Engvin, our resident televangelist and Daddy's little rich girl. And last episode, while talking to Daddy, she...
What a weird thing to call Brian. Daddy.
Daddy.
Space Daddy.
What was the question?
I think we got what we needed. Now, the question was, what was something that your character was thinking about last episode that wasn't mentioned last episode, or that you don't think was mentioned last episode?
I mean, Juno mentioned a lot last episode,
That's very
and
true.
a lot of stuff that she probably shouldn't have, which may have been Juno's fault, may have been Catherine's fault. Who's to say?
Who's to know? Who's to know?
to say? I think one thing Juno was thinking that wasn't mentioned on the podcast was due to her concussion, she was probably seeing a lot of stars, and she was probably thinking that they weren't looking so good.
We cue up the dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, of course.
We got it.
Our podcast is now. The stars weren't looking so good.
Stars, not too hot right now.
Stars kind of dicey.
Maybe that's what we can, you know how Ologies has Smologies where she releases an episode without the swearing and stuff? Maybe the stars aren't looking so good is the kid-friendly version. And it's
we
5
can still
minutes.
season 1 into 7.5.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It makes no sense.
It's one episode. It's just connecting words and the. Amazing.
Yeah.
I love to think some lawyer for ologies now has to listen to our fucking podcast.
It's
We should
shit.
actually do that because then my mom can listen to the podcast.
Okay, there we go. All 7 minutes that aren't about lube. Amazing. Okay, thank you, Catherine. Tom.
Yeah, my name is Tom, and I play Alastar Bran. I spent a good deal of time in the hospital trying to find Pyotr last session, and I'd say the strangest thing that I found was that there was an entire ward dedicated to people with friction burns on their groins.
4.2%. 4.20%.
Just devastating to see in a city like this, Hard times.
Yeah. Yeah, it really hits home, for sure. All right. Thank you, Tom. Leah.
I'm Leah, and I'm playing Glade. And what Glade was thinking was, how much lube would it need, she need, to fuck?
How much lube started my brain off on one end and you're going in a different direction, so I'm just curious.
Oh.
We're all hanging off of every word, which is difficult on account of all the lube.
Very slippery.
Don't say the ship.
No, Glade was actually thinking, when did Juno become so hot?
Ooh. Spicy. I like it. Like spicy.
Just like the lube.
Spicy.
Just like
Spitting
the
hot,
lube.
hot spitting hot
That she thought about putting all over her.
I thought you were going to say how much, when you said how much lube, in my brain went, how much lube could a woodchuck chuck?
Yeah, I know. I was like working that out. I was having trouble listening because I was like, yeah, how much lube would a lube if a lube.
Ryan and I went to the sea.
You just see Catherine and I just bouncing in our chairs. Amazing. Thank you, Leah.
Leah's out here just shipping harder than a Greek millionaire in the 1960s. It's amazing.
Woo! All right. And speaking of Alex.
I'm Alex Collins. I was going to play the lingering sense of dread that we all have about the upcoming American federal election, but apparently that's been drowned in a sea of lube thanks to our most recent ad. So I guess I'll play Pyotr Gaius Maitland. Pyotr didn't have a lot of time to think last episode on account of being unconscious for 97% of it.
Yeah.
But I think that when he was awake, he was wondering why in the 30th century there is still like the kind of like, you know, the ceilings in hospitals or in schools or whatever, where it's like the metal track and then like the foam boards that lie on the metal track.
Like a drop ceiling?
Yeah, exactly. Have we not found a better type of ceiling yet? Because like there's always that one weird like brownish stain on the corner of one tile, and it's probably been there since 2700. But luckily he didn't have to think about that long on account of having his own access to a morphine supply. So.
For sure. Yep. And we saw that morphine supply used to great effect. Amazing. All right. Thanks, everybody. Let's do a quick recap this time. So, very quick recap. I was what's in my notes, and I'm already making it not very quick by talking about how quick it's going to be. And I think that's kind of beautiful.
Classic Brian.
Yeah. Anyway, very quick recap. So we, in no particular order, we met Juno's Papa Bear, and he's a cunt. He demanded that Juno do some FaceTime at the opening of a library wing at Usagicity. Then he clocked that Juno was holding the book. Ooh, scary. Glade hit the showers after agreeing to crash, maybe, at Juno's place. Scissor gestures? Yeah. Pyotr learned that he gets to give a speech at the opening of the wing of the library that was supposed to open early, but didn't on account of all the gunfire and death. He had originally been tasked with getting his father to speak, but was assured that wasn't an issue. Also, he's a doctor of historical astroeconomics, probably the first, hopefully the last. Also, Alex realized that he can just ripcord himself out of scenes with fictional narcotics. Which
is way easier than doing it with real narcotics, let me tell you.
Alrighty. Alastar was commanded to retrieve the book, registered trademark, the Librum Dementi, for anyone keeping track, but honestly, fair if not. He had 8 hours to do so and decided to spend at least a good chunk of that standing in Pyotr's room and dissing his book. Fair.
Yeah.
Also, Tom decided to play his I Know a Guy card, and the guy he knowed is the Scotsman. So... let's start there. That's the Catherine soundbite of season 2, I think.
It was Leah.
That's the Leah.
It's still the Catherine soundbite of season 2.
You have a reputation.
I was being Catherine, making.
And that came through.
Yeah,
that came through.
Yeah.
You sold it. Awesome. Let's start with Glade. Glade, you have headed upstairs to hit the said showers. What's on Glade's mind this episode, not last episode?
Well, at the end of last episode, if I recall correctly. Glade failed a sanity check
Yes.
after being reminded about Lift, whoever that guy was.
Who can say?
Who could say, really? And started to freak out. And then Juno told her to leave.
Yeah.
Because I think Juno saw me possibly going for my mask.
I think so.
I can't remember if she saw that or not. But
These are things I
Keeper.
would have included in the recap if I was a professional. But here we are.
it's okay. We're here to support each other.
And I appreciate that.
Right. Yes. From the sanity check, Glade either could try to face what's going on or go for her mask, the third mask. And so she booked it out of there to head upstairs to try and find the showers, which I don't know how easy it is because it's probably a big place.
It's still an apartment really made for like only about two people. It's definitely
I
not a
guess you're
permanent.
not that rich then, huh?
We'd established it in season 1 as kind of... We're just really coming for Juno's sense of status in season 2 here.
It's true.
I think we'd established it in season 1. I kind of imagined it as like a New York brownstone.
That's exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a New York brownstone, kind of
I know
tall,
what that is.
thin, thin, multiple stories up, but like isn't mansion style. There are lots of different apartments kind of right next to it as well. So it's more like New York brownstone apartment. I don't know how else to say it.
So for those of us from the Midwest or Western Canada, it's a townhouse.
Yeah, it's fucking... The reason I specified...
Thank you, Alex.
I specified New York brownstone because I'm a cunt, but also because it's like fancy. Like it's like very fancy and kind of like a status symbol to have like a New York brownstone.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Okay. Well, as Glade urgently looks for the bathroom and finding it quickly, thinking, wow, I guess it's not that fancy of a place. Not as big as she thought it would have been.
Juno's less hot now.
Ew.
Glade gets the ick.
The glick. Yeah, that was terrible. Please continue. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, frantically looking for the shower, finds it, and I think kind of drapes herself over the sink and like tries to like get some water out and like splash it on herself and run it through her hair, and kind of not even meaning to looks up at the mirror.
The mask stares back at you.
Just reacting, Glade punches the mirror.
Damn. Yeah, go ahead and make a brawl check for me. The mirror is going to fight back.
Because it's a rich mirror.
It's a rich mirror, yeah.
It's very intense.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh, that's a fail.
A fail. Okay. Go ahead and take a D2 of damage.
Okay. 1 damage.
1 point of damage. Yeah. As you punch the mirror, the mask's hand comes up with it, weirdly mirroring your gesture, and you like slam your fist into it, but the mirror doesn't crack, but you feel something like shift in your knuckle, and you realize you've probably at least popped out one of your fingers, if not like broken a knuckle. And as you're standing there holding it, you just hear a child's voice giggling in your ear.
Glade. Fuck. Glade puts both hands up over her ears, trying to drown out the child's noise, and like looks around, sees the shower in all its fanciness and glory.
As you are looking at the shower, then you look back to the mirror. It's just you.
She runs to the shower, just all her clothes on, and just turns it on, just like super cold. No
Just
heat.
jumps right in.
Just jumps in.
Amazing. Make a sanity check with a bonus dice.
Yay.
Fail.
A fail? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As you are standing there cold, just shivering, trying to like reboot your nervous system. Let me check my notes quickly before I go into this next part. I need to make sure this trauma is expertly applied.
It's okay. I'll help fix it.
Okay.
No.
You're standing there shivering, and your muscles are just starting to contract, and you squeeze your eyes shut. And as you open them, you're in an alley
No.
on Persephonia, and then just a little bit of warmth against your left arm as you're shivering, and the station is in its night cycle. And you look over and Felix is there. He's shivering as well, and he's just moved a little closer to you to try to share his warmth with you. It wasn't a good day today. It wasn't good. We didn't get anything.
I know.
I'm really hungry, Glade.
I know I am too. We'll make it through.
Okay.
I promise you, Felix. We'll make it through.
Okay. Okay. And then you open your eyes and you're in the shower. I'm not going to have you take any sanity damage.
Thank you.
Because I always trust Leah to, punish herself emotionally for these kind of things. So, yeah. Or her character, anyway. Yeah. So, you come to in the shower, and you realize it's been going for quite some time. Like, if you, were to glance over at the mirror, your lips are, almost, turning blue for how long you've been in this cold shower.
Oh, shit. How is Glade feeling? Aside from being cold, sanity-wise, in terms of, stability? Is it better?
How would Glade feel kind of having this flashback to, her childhood with Felix? Because I would imagine, feeling a little bit out of place, out of time.
It wasn't necessarily, a tough memory, but it wasn't.
It wasn't a bad one, yeah.
It wasn't a bad one, per se. I think Glade's just pushing her back up against one of the walls of the showers and just slides down and just sits there.
Okay. Let's leave Glade there for now. Pyotr. Pyotr, you are standing in your apartment. There are 2 dead bodies there. Doug was sitting there with a smoking gun and has told you that, the bodies that were there, they were Jesuits, and he doesn't think that they were after you. He thinks that they were after the book, and he has just said that Juno is likely in trouble.
Pyotr instinctively reaches for the morphine button.
Your thumb just closing on the empty space.
Doug, I don't remember. I thought I was in a hospital or a medical establishment. They're Jesuits? These dead bodies are Jesuits?
So you can see for yourself. But I think Juno might be in a lot of trouble. They're obviously looking for the book.
My goodness, I expect they are. Do they have any credits on them, by the way? Did you check that already? I assume you would have. Being, you.
I did.
Okay, do they?
Yeah, they had about 200 credits between the 2 of them.
Okay. Why don't you hang on to that for now? Because I'm not entirely sure that this isn't drug-induced psychosis, so you keep those.
At the suggestion, or the reality of Pyotr saying no to free money, Doug has to make a sanity check. He succeeds. But he is staring at you, just with his mouth agape.
I know that's out of character, my friend, but this may all be a dream sequence, is what I'm afraid of. Okay, so, 2 dead bodies. Juno may be in trouble. Am I dressed?
Yes, my
He
friend.
doesn't look down to look at himself. He just stares at Doug. Am I dressed?
Doug is like, yes, my friend.
With 2 shoes on?
Yeah, absolutely.
The shoes are on the correct feet.
He does take a beat to look down and verify. Seems to be almost doing some mental math in his head. Yes.
Okay. All right. We should dispose of these bodies quickly. Do you have a way to do that?
And he just kind of looks at the window and then looks at you and shrugs.
Is there a fridge?
There's absolutely a fridge, yeah.
Right, so Pyotr walks over to the fridge and opens it and just takes the many kind of half-empty bottles of various liquids and just puts them on the counter and goes, help me, quickly. This will keep the smell down, I think.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
That's a fail.
A fail. Yeah, 100% these bodies are going to fit for sure. So you you go and you start to grab one of the body, and Doug looks at you kind of quizzically, but moves over and helps you, and you shove one of the bodies in. And did Pyotr think to remove the shelves or anything beforehand?
No.
He's definitely in a drug-induced psychosis.
Definitely in a drug-induced psychosis.
100%.
There's this crashing sound as you just try to shove them in, this sound of cracking plastic. One body, his arms are kind of out and his legs are out, but the torso is fitting in, and Doug tries to grab one leg and like bend it up, and you're kind of like, he's kind of like belly in and trying to like push it in, and you're grabbing the other
Try
one.
using the cheese drawer. I just think we need to use all the space. What do you think humidity should be at? Should this be crisp or extra crisp or?
Are you planning on making this into a soup?
You are the soup expert, sir. Not I.
Well, you can't use human meat for a soup. It's way too oily.
What if
Look,
it's leftover human meat?
and you see him just, his eyebrows go up, and he considers for a second. He says, look, I feel like we're focusing on the wrong thing.
I think you're right.
Juno might be in danger.
All right, leave the bodies for now. I guess we'll go to help Juno. I have a speech I need to give, and if they get her, that I think it'll all go wrong. Do you know where she is?
And then he just kind of pauses for a second. He says, honestly, no, I've never went to Juno's house. Did you ever do you ever be at Juno's house?
It's a normal way to ask that.
I don't think so. And the breakdown in your language abilities makes me think that I may be waking up from this drug-induced coma, but that's okay. We're going to go anyways. Pyotr would like to open the door and then step into the strawberry fields of his own mind that are immediately outside the door.
I see we've now transitioned from opioids to psychedelics.
Same.
Where the volleyball student is being carted off. That you ran into last time.
Yeah, exactly. Alicia, yeah, you just feel like there's this medevac drone
Forgot about that
just
nonsense.
flying back.
You crippled a co-ed.
Yeah, and then didn't give her early admission to your class.
In this dream.
In this dream, yeah.
In this dream, yeah.
So Pyotr steps over Alicia and just keeps walking. Just reaches down and stamps F on her forehead.
We'll leave Pyotr and Doug leaving this building there. Alastar.
Yeah.
When last we had left you, you had thrown your personal data center into traffic.
Mm-hmm.
It had gotten run over.
Mm-hmm.
And if memory serves, you played your I Know a Guy card who was the Scotsman.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where Alastar's heading now?
Yes.
Great. So you've been tasked, 8 hours to find the book. So you are headed to the Scotsman. I was going to ask, how does Alastar know the Scotsman? But let's get there when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a spot hidden check for me.
Aye, Captain. Not a fail. Wow. Look at that. That's nice. Yeah, just a success. Barely, but we got there.
All right. Okay. Yeah, great. You succeed.
Yeah.
Regular success.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
You make your way to the locks where the Scotsman's headquarters are. The Scotsman can usually be found. There is a basically kind of like a club, for lack of a better word, in the locks. It's kind of in an old storage warehouse that was abandoned. The city, kept trying to repurpose it, and all these kind of like repurposing efforts got blocked somehow. And that the Scotsman has just basically kind of like taken this and used it as his main base of operations. You approach this club, and you can see there are a couple of bouncers, very obviously armed, very, very big, like approaching your size, if not your size, and they're just kind of like eyeing you up and down, this sword-wielding massive unit.
Yeah. Are they blocking the access to the actual club itself, or?
They are.
Guess I'll walk up to them. Aye, trying to get in there. There's a person I need to speak with.
Yeah, who is it you're trying to speak with?
Who pays for your pretty nails there, big boy?
My mother's not in this club.
No.
But they are really pretty. And he holds them up, and they're pink, and like his ring finger has a little like kitten that's been drawn on it.
Very cute. No, I'm here to see the Scotsman.
And they kind of like look at each other a little bit.
But it's nice to hear that your mother still pays for your nails.
It is.
It's very cute.
I agree. It's fucking adorable.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like speaks into a lapel mic, waits for a minute. He's not expecting anyone.
No, he wouldn't be. This is a last second alteration to a plan I had today.
All right, well, who the fuck are you?
Alastar Bran. You're not gonna know who I am, but he might.
Speaks into his lapel mic. Then his eyes go wide. And the other guy, who obviously also has an earpiece, his eyes go wide, and they both just step aside. He says, after you.
Thank you so much.
He says he's having a meeting right now, but grab a drink on the house, and he'll be with you shortly.
Perfect. I'll go do just that. And thank you for being so understanding.
For sure. And hey, if you need a nail guy, like...
Honestly, I'll take you up on that.
Absolutely.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
A bit drab these days.
It's okay, don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah, it's hard not to be sometimes.
I understand.
Thank you, man.
And you go into the club, and you start, you grab a drink. What is Alastar's drink of choice?
It's been so long since Alastar's been able to have like a proper drink, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd grab just a whiskey, you know? Not some shitty, horrible, weird moonshine in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Not a unbelievably expired beer, you know, just a nice, real grain whiskey.
For sure. As you go to grab this whiskey, you can see the bartender has clearly been given instructions to give you like whatever you want, like top of the shelf. You order a whiskey, and he kind of like nods, and he goes and he reaches up to the very top, and he pulls down a bottle that you know was made with grains that were growing on Kutane.
Tastes like home.
Real Kutane whiskey. And pours you a dram of it, just nods, and then stool next to you, someone sits down. He just says, so you're here to see the boss, eh? I'm
Yeah.
Frank.
Frank,
Yeah.
pleasure to meet you. I'll have a little sip of the whiskey.
You have very good taste. I love the Kutane shit.
Yeah, me
One of the
too.
few places that they grow like actual grain, like in the dirt. I feel like you can taste it.
I'd say so.
You ever had their meat, their beef?
I've been fortunate enough to experience it once or twice.
Yeah. So, what brings you here, Alastar?
I find myself in a particularly difficult circumstance, and I don't know if the normal people on the station that I would talk to about these things could actually be trusted. And if there's anything I know about your employer, is that he is a person who upholds his word. And that's what I need in this moment, honesty, not more confusion on top of an already roiling cesspool of shit.
Well, you're right. He's not a liar. He's a lot of things, but he's not a liar. All right. There's not many people who can just walk up and get an audience with the Scotsman. I'm impressed. You've obviously made an impression on him. So, finish your drink. I'll take you right to him.
Am I in a rush? Thought he was in a meeting.
I was sent to kind of make sure, kind of vet you a little bit, but we can interrupt this meeting.
Very well. I'm not just going to throw it back. I'm just going to take another sip, put it on the counter, and slide it towards the bartender and say, you can enjoy the rest of that.
Bartender's eyes go wide. He looks over at Frank, who just shrugs.
And then I look at Frank. It'd be a shame to throw it back, you know?
A man of culture as well. I like it. Come on, follow me. And you can see this club is like kind of a multi-leveled apparatus. Various dance floors. There's not really music playing. It's not really that type of day. Or I shouldn't say there's no music playing. It's kind of like just like low-level kind of vibey stuff. A few people having drinks here and there. Not a lot of dancing going on. And you can see stairs leading up to what's obviously, kind of like a very VIP area, where a lot of like business gets done. Frank doesn't lead you there. Frank leads you kind of around behind the bar through a set of, double doors, like swingy kitchen doors. You guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. And he does lead you into the back. You're kind of walking along the tiled floor, and you just start hearing the sounds of impact, the unmistakable sound of somebody having the absolute shit beaten out of them. As you come into a back corner of the kitchen, you can see the Scotsman is there, jacket off, sleeves rolled up, and there's someone tied to a chair with a bright red coat on. And he's just, as he hears you enter, he just says, Alastar, long time no see. Give me just one moment. And then he just gives 2 more big punches, and you can see this guy's face is like a bloody pulp. Did you have a drink? Did you find the hospitality to your liking?
Yeah.
Good.
Really good.
Do you still have the big revolver on you?
Yeah.
Can I borrow it for a wee sec?
Yeah. Hand it over to him.
So, much obliged. And he turns it, blows the head off of the guy in the chair, then hands it back to you.
I'll wipe it off on the jacket, put it back in its holster.
Right. I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I look over at the dead person. I could eat.
Alright. Come with me to my office. He leads you back into a much smaller room, much smaller office than someone might imagine, like a kingpin like the Scotsman to have. As you look around, though, given your CorpSec training, you can kind of see these like telltale indentations in the drop ceiling, you know, one of which has like a weird brown stain, just that indicate that there are like a lot of automated defenses that could just like pop down and, you know, kind of take out whoever enters the office at any point. Mm-hmm. Frank goes to enter the office with you, and the Scotsman holds up a hand. Frank just kind of nods, steps back. Alastar, as the door closes, how long has it been?
And that's a good question.
Aye.
You kind of lose track of time when you spend that time in the place where I was. Couldn't properly tell you the number of years, not off the top of my head. I've been told it's about 3.
About 3. And now let's get into, how did Alastar meet the Scotsman?
You had mentioned earlier that this would have been a place where we would have stopped when the mission first started.
For sure.
So I would imagine that this would be a place where we had fairly significant encounters with the Jesuits off the hop.
For sure.
And in my mind, I more kind of envisioned that with all the nonsense that goes on in this place, there was an opportunity for me to do my job, but also help out this organization just a little bit in the process, as obviously the Jesuits are bad for the Scotsman's business in a significant way.
For sure. I would say, you know, that the Scotsman has sold to the Jesuits in the past, but they have, like, he's not in love with the organization. He'll kind of sell to whoever, but yeah. Okay, great. Do you have a specific thing in mind? Because if you don't, that's fine. I have something.
I don't really have anything specific in mind.
That's all good.
I also like the idea that the person who trained me initially would have known this gentleman as well, and just knows that if you're doing the sort of wet work that we'd be doing, knowing people like the Scotsman would be a serious boon to the work that you're doing.
As you sit down, he pulls out another bottle of whiskey. He pours 2, and he holds it up. He says, I heard about greed.
Yeah.
Clink. Knocks it back.
Wasn't pretty, but it was part of the job.
To be fair, I don't think a man like Creed was ever going to go out in a way that was pretty.
No. At least I was hoping for him to go out after we had done the job, you know? Not halfway through.
What is it that brings you to my door, Alastar? I've no forgotten what you've done for me.
I need help. I am fairly convinced that my handler has been compromised by the Jesuits in some way or another. The parameters of what I'm doing have changed very drastically in simply the past 2 days, and it's sending all sorts of red signals up in my mind, and I have no secure way of confirming this information and a very tight deadline to make sure that everything doesn't go to shit. Furthermore, I have very good reason to believe that the people who I came here with are kind of at the focal point of a lot of shit that's going down right now.
Oi, who'd you come here with?
Some preacher lady by the name of Juno Angevin. Old curmudgeon of a man named Pyotr. Someone who went by the name The Mask. And a guy named Doug.
So she brought the third mask out to play, did she?
Quite liked him. Very to the point. Not good at fixing ships, but good at getting shit done.
Aye, that it is. Well, that's very interesting, Alastar.
Yeah.
Your handler, You're saying they're compromised by the Jesuits.
That is my concern, yeah.
Someone that deep in corpsec. Well, I thought I was the only one with a plant that deep.
I figured if anyone would have, seeing how well you knew Creed and how well you treated us when we were here for that short time, if anyone had any information or an ability to pull a string to see if even my handler is alive, it'd be you. Because the way things are changing, it's going to get messy here. For me, in particular, real quick. Not that I have a problem with that, but...
No, it does seem like everything's going to be coming to a head. And I imagine Gate City's going to be a very noisy place very shortly.
I've already had to kill a Jesuit just upon arrival, you know. They're following me in a car. They were in a cab that they drove by, screaming things in an accent I couldn't understand.
What?
Yeah, but the Jesuit themselves, they were just following me. Not very well, obviously, I saw their ass, but all the same.
Right, yeah. You can see him just kind of thinking. He says, so, summarize your ask. What is it you actually need me to do?
I need you to confirm that my handler, Jax, is still in place. And if he is, what's happened to him? Something changed dramatically in the past 2 days. It's throwing me off, man.
Well?
And for your benefit, there's going to be a row in the next couple of days here. And
so kind of you to let me know beforehand. I do so like being asked to dance.
Mm-hmm. And it could be an opportunity for you to clear up a lot of opposition to your operations here.
Well, thanks to some ill-advised... How do I put this? Thanks to a bit of ill-advised manoeuvring on the part of some of my subordinates, we've had a bit of an opportunity to clean house, as it were. But one can never have too much control, it's true. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll find out if Jax is still in play, and I'll let you know this. The Jesuits have largely pulled out of Gate City. My sources around the highway say that they've pulled out most everywhere. I don't know why. They've gone kind of quiet. So there's not very many left on the station. And it's strange to me that they're spending so much of their time following you. Your handler.
Mm-hmm.
What does he want?
What I'm trying to do is balance the scales of access to tech that allows people to travel across the Promethean Highway. Gate tech.
You can see him wave his hand kind of dismissively. He says, okay. What I meant is specifically, what has he told you to do?
Jax wants me to get a book for him. A book called the Librum Dementi, which was not even... He didn't even know about the book until I met the group of people who had it. That's the thing that tweaks me a little bit. Up until then, the mission's been the exact same. I have to try and find proof of the system that's in place, clear it with CorpSec to give leverage to other entities against the monopolization of gate tech and the military at large.
Hey. And he just kind of grins as he stares off into the middle distance. He says, okay, that'd do it.
Needless to say, the chaos caused by the success of my mission would be very beneficial for a businessman who's trying to move wares throughout the Promethean Highway.
Well, it's very considerate of you, Alastar. It's always nice to have someone looking out for me.
I don't like incurring debts. I'd rather, offer an exchange, if it were, and me succeeding in what I'm trying to do would far outweigh what I'm asking for.
Right, yeah. Do you know where this book is currently?
Honestly, no. I thought Pyotr had it. He didn't. I think the Faith has it, but I don't know where she is.
Oh, right. Well, that's a problem I can solve for you. Because I know exactly where Faith Juno lives. And he just kind of nods to himself. He says, aye, I'll solve you a problem for you.
Yeah. I'll handle the Faith and figure out what's going on with the book. I just need to know what's happening with Jax. Because that book is fucked up. I don't want to spend too much time with it,
Aye.
And I think it's
probably
weird.
Smart.
It's very weird that the pivot in what the ask is, for me, has changed so dramatically. I don't like it.
Cracks in the foundation. Spreading far.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I just want to get this over with and go home.
Right, yeah. And he just kind of like stares at you, Alastar, and Alastar would kind of know, like the Scotsman, Alastar was right. The Scotsman is honest, but like you can just see this gaze is the gaze of predator, basically.
Yeah.
And you know, he is definitely like willing to help you, but it is because there's something that aligns with his interests here.
Yeah.
I'd say without even having to make any sort of rolls, like you're getting the sense that you've now stumbled into something that he had some pieces moving, that this is just like an unexpected boon kind of dropped into his lap.
Good.
So he says, all right, I'll verify that your handler is alive and well, and then I guess we'll talk from there.
Oh, yeah. I'll also need a new personal data center.
That's easy enough to come by.
Preferably a clean one.
Aye. And he just kind of like tilts his head and he says, now you're just insulting me. I was never going to give you one that wasn't clean, Alastar.
That's fair. Still though, better to ask.
He just grins a little bit and then he nods at you and waves his hand. I'll be in touch.
Glad to hear it. By the way, who's the red coat guy?
Well, that's just a rival operation that, well, they just thought they had a bit of intel. A little bit of an in against me, and it turns out they didn't.
Glad to hear.
And he just kind of gives this predatory grin.
Well,
I'm a busy man,
of
Alastar.
course. I don't want to keep you waiting. Thank you for your hospitality, for the drink, for your time. Much appreciated.
Go see Frank. He'll sort out all the details.
Will do.
And have another drink on your way out. Another
Gladly.
taste of home, Mr. Bran.
I'll happily do that. And if you ever find yourself near there, I know some people who could get you more of it at a fair price.
I believe you do.
Good day, man.
He just nods at you, waves you away.
Yeah, walk out and find Frank.
Let's leave Alastar there to deal with the logistics. Juno.
Yeah.
Juno is standing in the kitchen. Gabriel, his eyes have tracked right to the book. You hear a thump from upstairs, as if someone has struck a mirror. It's that kind of thump. Yeah.
I know that thump.
Or did the mirror strike them?
No.
Look, we've established I don't remember what happened.
All the morphine. I think at that thump, you can see Gabriel looks up and there's kind of like this almost unconscious like breaking of the tension of this moment. But then he looks back at you. Juju, what have you done?
Father, I hit my head rather badly, I don't even remember how, but I think I ought to lie down for a moment.
If memory serves, I think you tried the I hit my head defense last episode, and that was the failure.
So penalty die? We don't get to do it again?
Hit her
No,
head.
honestly,
She
like,
forgot.
yeah, asking again, she should get a bonus die.
Yes, that was my intention all along. Yeah.
4D chess.
Memory.
I'll tell you what. No, I'm just kidding. No,
That's okay, because I have another plan.
Yeah, you can see. I'll say because you tried this and you failed last time. Let's go with the other plan. Let's see it.
Well, I have a few other plans. Depending on what you
She says bluffing.
I'm going to give you one more plan before something has to happen. I won't tell you what.
Sorry, let me assess what I can most reasonably accomplish here based on my stat.
Yeah, but we all know your stats don't guarantee your success.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, so Brian, what stat would it be if I were to try to hypnotize my father?
Oh my god.
You maniac.
Are you going to call
This
him?
was the plan?
Yeah, exactly. If I pick up your phone. How many points did you put in the pain in my ass stat from last season?
Not enough that
Not enough. Okay.
Do you need me to actually? I can add points to it right now.
Okay, if you're going to try to hypnotize someone who is not willing to be hypnotized or not even open to the idea of being hypnotized.
Okay. I understand where you're...
I will say you can try, but we're going to say it would be psychoanalysis, and I'm going to give you at least 1 penalty dice, and we're looking for a hard success or better.
It's crazy to me that your pivot from I'm concussed was to hypnotize.
You are getting very sleepy.
What a wild maneuver.
Okay.
I love how Pyotr's not the serious character.
Okay. Well, the gambler in me loves that idea. We'll go more narrative. Father, what are you involved in? I know you have your hands in a lot of different decisions, a lot of different places, but you seem to know more than you are letting on.
Go ahead and make a persuade roll.
Yes.
Straight roll.
I succeed.
Yay! Had to happen sometime. As you say this, you can see his eyes kind of like almost imperceptibly widen, and then his expression goes to like this neutral, and you can see there's this kind of like coldness that creeps over his face, and it's kind of the coldness of someone who absolutely has something to hide and is like furious with you for even acknowledging it. And as he opens his mouth with this kind of like hunch to his shoulders, this very like aggressive posture, the back door opens and one of his assistants steps in and says, "Oh, I'm sorry to bother you, sir. It's just that you have that dinner to get to, and we need to go now if we're gonna make it in time." And then he turns to the assistant and just, "How dare you interrupt me while I am talking with my daughter? You're fired. You're fired immediately." And she's, I'm so sorry. No, he's just like, "No, you're fired. You're done. Get out of here." And you can see them just, "But I need this job." He says, "No, I don't care. You're gone. You're done. Get out of here." She starts crying and then leaves. I'm all about emotional collateral damage these last 2 episodes, I guess. Or I guess literal collateral damage in the case of Alicia. But he just kind of stares back at you and he says, we'll talk about this later, Juno."
Does he turn to leave?
He turns to leave.
Okay. As he turns to leave, Juno, as he walks past her, she grabs his arm for a moment just to stop him. Not hard, but just to stop him. "Maybe I'm just following the family way." And then she lets go.
He just kind of pauses and you can see the blood kind of drain out of his face. Go ahead and make a psychoanalysis roll.
How do I roll so poorly on these?
You're concussed.
You should have tried to hypnotize him.
I wanted to do it so badly.
Your father balks like a chicken and walks out the door.
I spend 4 luck to make that a success.
Okay. On a success, there is definitely, you've already kind of clocked that, yes, your father absolutely has something to hide here, and that you have maybe touched a nerve with that previous comment, like kind of that redirection of this kind of interrogation back to him, and that he was very much not ready to have this conversation with you. On a regular success on a psychoanalysis check, after you say your bit about the family business, you see that anger and that frustration change to fear as the blood drains out of his face. Fear for what? You're not 100% sure. And then he just pulls his arm away and he leaves the house.
Thank you. Juno stands there for a little while, just concussed.
Mm-hmm.
But also, why did you know he's not safe. You know he won't take care of you. Just be smarter. You have to be one step ahead. And she goes upstairs to find Glade.
Okay.
Actually, before she does that, she locks all the doors.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Locked all the doors.
And windows.
One step
and
ahead.
any other sneaky fucking places you're going to send somebody through my house.
Well, if the windows and doors are locked, obviously nobody can do illegal things to you because that's illegal.
And my toes are underneath the blanket.
Oh, fuck.
Big ass fire in the fireplace.
So I guess I can't do anything.
I've taken out all of the batteries from the smoke detectors because I don't like that incessant beeping.
Those were carbon monoxide detectors.
Your father balking like a chicken kind of takes on a different cast now. Yeah, you go upstairs and you hear the shower running. It sounds like a cold shower.
It sounds cold. I could use a cold
Ice
shower.
cubes hitting the floor.
It's snowing.
Sound of sleigh bells.
Juno kind of listens into the door for a moment, takes a big, deep breath, and then goes into the room across from the bathroom and picks out some clean, fresh clothes, some like nice kind of walking pants, like just black, like
Yeah, walking pants. Yeah,
walking
totally.
pants.
Yeah, you need classic walking pants.
As opposed to slithering pants, you know?
Jeffrey, fetch me my walking trousers.
Oh, they're forever now walking pants.
I just gotta go put on my walking pants.
BRB.
Gotta throw on the walking pants.
Okay, like some pants chafe more than others.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's
think
premium walking pants.
We're laughing as much because, like, we all have walking pants. You know, like,
I just don't know what they're called. I just want
pants.
Like casual pants?
do you mean like
or
joggers?
Yeah.
Or like sweatpants?
Do you want some
Athleisure?
khakis?
Yeah, athleisure. Like, are you wearing some Lululemon? Or sorry, Nano Lululemon?
Do you need some cargo shorts? Like
Cthulhu Lemon.
Next ad.
We're in.
All right, the opening of the merch store is delayed by another 2 weeks. I have some more things to make.
holy shit.
Oh my god.
First product, walking pants.
Lululemon walking pants.
Lulu. Amazing.
We're gonna get sued, so
Yeah, but now we have $37 a month to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
So your move, Lululemon.
As you change,
No. I'm not changing.
What?
oh, you're just laying out some clothes. I get it. As you grab,
I'm trying to. Okay, walking pants is what I imagine Glade would wear.
Gotcha. So
But
as
now
you,
I understand that they're probably cargo pants or like work pants or something. Dark color, Glade or Juno has. I'm all flustered from walking pants.
so are we.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the idea that she lays out like athletic, like skin tight pants for Glade. I think that's great.
No.
Or like, but also Carhartts is just as good. Like if she just lays out some like
Carhartts is
Yeah, yeah.
exactly what I was
Yeah.
trying to
Okay,
think
we need
of.
a space name for Carhartts.
spaceship hearts. That wasn't my best work. So you lay out
Star
the
Hearts.
walking pants, the wearing shirt,
And Starheart pants.
Starheart pants.
Good job, Tom.
Way better.
Amazing.
Way better.
Way better.
Great.
Yeah, and clothes that Juno would imagine Glade would wear.
Make a luck check.
Juno does like to shop a lot.
I believe it.
Hold on. That is a failure.
Okay.
I'm trying
She
to
wears
decide.
running pants.
I'm trying to
actually.
decide if I spend 7 luck to make that a success. I probably should.
Alex, what have you done to the rest of us?
This matters.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you failed the luck check. All right,
Good.
no worries. Glade. At some point, the shower shuts off. As this being a rich part of the city, the water allotment is a lot higher than it is elsewhere. Would it get to that point of like the shower shutting off before
Yeah.
Glade would get out? Okay. Yeah. But it does eventually. Kind of auto stops. It's worth noting that's a long time. It's like half an hour kind of thing.
Damn.
Which usually for you, Glade, if you were in like, an apartment in the Locks, you would get like 5 minutes at most.
Sweet. She remains seated in the shower.
There's a little button that you can hit to get morphine. Just kidding. Juno, you hear the shower switch off, and then several minutes go by and you don't hear any sort of movement.
Juno knocks on the door. Glade, he's gone now. Are you okay?
No answer.
Glade, I know that you've been through a lot, and are you there? Are you okay?
Still no answer. And the door's not locked.
Are you conscious? Glade. And she reaches for the door handle and sees that it's not unlocked, or that it's not locked.
Mm-hmm. No answer, I presume.
Mm-mm.
I'm coming in. I have my eyes closed. I'm coming in, and I am just going to check to see if you're. And then the door opens gingerly. As Alex brings two scissor-looking fingers up above his head. Juno opens the door, eyes closed, and then kind of slowly opens one eye, and she sees.
So Glade's sitting in the shower. I guess the water's now off. Fully clothed. Just like soaking wet. Like cradling her own legs and like head like down. And just like shivering uncontrollably.
Glade, are you... And her eyes open wide. Are you okay? And she rushes to her and touches her shoulders and kind of holds her there just to see if she's responsive. And, oh, you're cold. You're so cold. Here. And she takes off kind of her top cloak and wraps it around wet Glade. I have...
Sorry.
The casual top cloak. To be paired with the walking pants.
I imagine Juno has like 1,000 layers of like dress and cloaks and things.
Well, for sure, you need them for all the different activities.
Absolutely. Only pedestrians don't have like 4 or 5 clothes.
Like I meant a cloak that goes on top of her other things, not like multiple cloaks. She removes her bottom cloak.
It's even wilder.
Sometimes I don't like you. Anyway, she wraps Glade up. I put out some clothes for you. They're dry. We can wash these ones if you like, but they are a bit raggedy. And she looks Glade in the eyes.
Glade is looking down still.
She tries to look Glade at the eyes, but doesn't really know what to do. She's spent so much time learning how to talk to people and kind of get through to people, whether she's actually good at it or not, and she doesn't know what to do with Glade. Do you need me to leave? Do you need time? Do you need to be alone? Am I helping? I believe it or not, I care about you, and I...
Mid-sentence, Glade's arm comes out and grabs your hand or arm.
Mm-hmm.
She's shivering.
How did you get so cold?
Juno.
Glade.
Do you ever wish that you were dead?
Oh. And Juno just like wraps her arms around Glade and doesn't say anything and just like pulls her into the tightest embrace.
And we will leave the two of you there. Pyotr.
Quickly, Doug, I think it's this way. The prices seem to be increasing as we run this way. I think that's a good sign of where she lives.
You guys just have like a real estate app open.
We have base Zillow open, and I'm just going off the heat map. Like, it's oranger over here.
And Doug is just like, yeah, that makes sense. And then he just stops you for a second. Pyotr, you still have your gun on you. Are you guys just like running around with like kind of guns out? Like you're just running through the city with your real estate app open?
So I believe Pyotr has a 45, and so he has that kind of tucked in a waistband or something.
Gotcha.
It's a whole new world when you are fully clothed, let me tell you.
For sure.
He has shoes for like the first time.
Yeah, he's got shoes. His feet aren't leaving bloody. His feet aren't leaving bloody marks on the nice sidewalks or anything. And so no, his gun is tucked in the waistband.
Okay. Doug just kind of stops after you guys have been at this for about maybe 25 to 40 minutes. Doug just kind of
We'll adopt a grid pattern.
he stops and he says, well, far be it from me to question your mathematics, my friend, but I think I might be able to help us find her another way. But I'm going to be kind of insensate while we do so.
Are we going to ask someone?
Why would I be insensate for that?
I don't know what insensate means.
Am I pronouncing that correctly? Insensate?
I don't think you're insensitive. I think you're quite sensitive, Doug.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem. But don't worry. When I opened up the door that let me do what I do best, I closed the door on some other parts.
Okay, well, I'm going to trust you, Doug.
We need somewhere where it can be kind of quiet, and you need to watch over me.
Should we dip into this specialty earth coffee shop?
That's perfect.
Incredible.
As you guys step in to this chain, and presumably it's a chain.
Yeah, whale song fills the air.
Well, yeah, of course. There are fake palm fronds that are swaying, would be majestically in a non-existent wind, except you can hear the constant animatronic moving them from side to side. You guys manage to get a booth in the back, and as you walk through the kind of bamboo curtains that separates it from the rest of the cafe, Doug just sits down, and his eyes roll into the back of his head before his eyelids close.
Doug, I'll get us a cup of coffee or something.
He doesn't respond.
Pyotr's gonna go and grab 2 cups of coffee from the barista.
Okay. Juno,
Yes.
could you make a power roll for me?
Oh, God. Oh, God. No, that's a fail.
Okay. Whoa, close. Okay. You come back with the coffee, and you set it down, and you can see Doug's mouth. The lips just part. He's gritting his teeth. You can see a bit of sweat start to form on his brow. And as you are holding Glade, it seems that time stops for just a second. And you are divorced from the sensation of this kind of like the cold wetness like seeping into your clothes, and that sensation of your warmth transferring to Glade, and the sensation of her shivering against you. And it just stops for a minute. And then you just hear, there you are. You snap back to in the cafe. Doug's eyes rock forward. There's a little bit of blood comes out of his nose, and he just kind of...
Oh dear, let me, have a lemon moist towelette.
Oh, perfect. It's my favorite flavor. And he puts it in his mouth. And then
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less.
and he wipes the blood away, and he says, I don't know exactly where she is, but she's she's somewhere for sure. 100%.
This is good. This is almost as good as Zillow. Zillow.
Canonically, she lives at 6969 Bush Ave in the garden.
Christ.
69 Bush Ave.
Sometimes things are just weird coincidences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
In the gardens.
intersection of Gore Street too?
What?
Yeah, what?
Bush Gore?
Bush Gore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have gone for toilet humor. Is that by
Yeah.
Drapes Avenue too?
You can't be too smart with us. You can't be smart with us. If you were just like, is that next to cum? We would have been like,
No.
At least I would have anyway.
Gore joke is good. Gorjak's good.
Gorjak was good. Gorjak was good. You're just yeah.
Pyotr grabs Doug and goes, Doug, are you all right, my friend?
And he goes, yeah, usually something like this would spin me about, but don't worry, I closed the door on the part of me that would feel something like that.
That sounds complicated, sir. And
he looks back up at you, and there is something missing from Doug's expression.
Doug, I don't quite grasp your meaning, but you and I have a pact here. We agreed to do something, and I think Juno is going to be very important to us doing it.
I agree.
I appreciate the effort you've put into this.
And he just nods. He says, we need to get to the gardens.
I'm following you.
The location, I'm seeing bush.
Oh, right by Gore.
Yeah. I get that joke. That's very clever.
You see, Gore is actually the more popular street, but for some reason, Bush is the main avenue there.
Amazing. I don't know. Do you guys get a taxi? How do you get
Pyotr walks outside, hails a nano cab, and they both pile into the extremely tiny interior.
Amazing. We will leave Pyotr and Doug on their way to the gardens. Alastar, what are you doing?
Did I get everything that I needed from Frank?
Yeah, for sure. They even gave you another bullet to replace the one that the Scotsman put in that guy.
Sweetheart. Right.
Just a single bullet.
Yeah.
I shot one
It's
bullet.
actually the same bullet. They just repacked it.
Oh my god.
Right. I need to try and find. Obviously, no word yet, but I would have asked Frank where I could go to find Juno. Because if it turns out that for whatever reason I do in fact need to grab this book, at least I'll be able to do so.
For sure. He says, yeah, absolutely. It's 6969 Bush Avenue in the gardens, canonically.
How far away is that from here? It's pretty far, right?
Yeah. It's about 420 meters.
It's about 2000, about 2008.
About 2000.
This is getting funnier the more I make this joke.
Oh, man.
Right.
Once you guys, dumbed it down for me, I'm getting it as well. Yeah, absolutely. He says, yeah, I mean, we're in the locks, going to the gardens. Yeah, it's reasonably far, but it'll probably take you about 30 minutes or so by car.
Great. I'll call a cab and get on over there then.
Steven shows up. It's the same cab driver as before.
He
He doesn't recognize you, though. He's just...
Beautiful. I need to go to the gardens.
Yeah.
6969 Bush Ave.
Fine. As you get in the fuck your life taxi.
Dude. Yeah, I'll hop in and head on over there. Kind of anxiously waiting for any sort of word from the Scotsman.
For sure. As we leave Du Bois in cabs, we come back to Juno hugging Glade.
Let's get you warmed up, and I'm sorry. And yes, many times. But no matter how dark things may seem, there does seem to be a dawn on the other side. Let's help you find it.
Glade's head slowly looks up, kind of separates from the hug, and looks at you in the eye, and it's probably the softest you've ever seen.
Is
Her
Glade
eyes.
wearing the butterfly mask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thank you.
For what?
You won't like it when I say it. I know that.
I don't like a lot of what you say.
I know. But thank you for willing to be even a little bit vulnerable. I don't know, it means a lot to me.
I can't help it anymore. I feel like my mind is unraveling at the seams.
You have been very strong. You have been very, very strong. You don't need this hardness that you have been holding to be strong. What you are showing me now is strength. I admire it, and I admire you. Come on, let's get you warm. And she starts to try and lift Glade up.
Glade tries to get up, but yeah, is not very stable.
It's okay. Juno's kind of also not stable. She's concussed.
The concussed leading the traumatized.
Yes, exactly.
But does her best to work as a tripod to try and keep each other up.
Mm-hmm. We head over to the next room.
You see...
What do we see, Brian? What do we see?
Some of the nicest walking pants.
I know that you like kind of darker colors, and these are the best walking pants that I have. I thought you might like them. You don't have to return them.
As you look at them, you see, perhaps Juno had missed this, but embroidered around the cuffs of the heels are little kittens. Little pink kittens. Otherwise, the colors match your aesthetic perfectly. But yeah, just little pink kittens around the heels.
Is that my failed luck check?
That was your failed luck check. Yeah. Don't you wish you had spent 7 luck on this now?
I'm very happy with my decision. Thank you.
Great.
Glade looks at it and just gives a little slight chuckle.
It's what I have. And maybe a little playfulness would kind of take off the edge a little bit. Perhaps, maybe. I'll stop talking. And Juno just like wide-eyed looks at the floor.
Slightly warmer, but probably still quite cold. Glade's hand comes up to Juno's face and tilts her chin up from looking at the ground at her.
Glade?
Yeah?
This may be offside, but I care about you a lot. And I don't really understand why, because you're always so mean.
Mid-sentence, Glade pulls you in for a kiss.
Juno kisses.
Oh!
Spookies!
Opposed brawl.
Releasing from the kiss, Juno says, I very much wanted to kiss you. That's where I was. That's good. Yes, good. And
I'm really cold. I'm
You're very cold. Yes.
I'm gonna I should probably put
You should probably put some
dry clothes on.
You should probably put some dry clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm going to go wash my hair.
There's a knock at the front door.
No one's home.
So good.
Pyotr, you and Doug have arrived after getting your taxi to kind of circle around the neighborhood once or twice. Finally, Doug is just like,
Doug, I think it might be this one. There seems to be some Church of His Light insignia on it. And what do you think?
No, you're right. There's a whole vibe. Kind of a will they, won't they kind of scenario hanging over it.
Is that a sock on the door?
No, my friend, that's a scrunchie.
For my long years in academia, I have no idea what that means.
A lavender scrunchie.
You get out, you go up to 6969 Bush Ave, and
Pyotr bangs on the door 3 times and is surprised by how loud those bangs sound, given the nature of Pyotr. Goes, Doug, what if they don't open? I think I heard somebody yell something about some plot exposition going down in there.
yeah, it sounds very meta.
It does. Quick, give me a boost. I'll see if I can peer in the window.
He does so.
What do you want me to roll for this?
Oh, great question. Holy fuck. Make a dexterity check for me.
Give me a boost.
That's a fail.
That's a fail.
Doug has to check strength or something.
Yep.
Because this could either just be totally fail or Doug launches you somewhere.
So Doug gets a hard success on his strength check.
Yes.
You get a failure on your dexterity check. So Juno and Glade, as you're having this moment, you've just yelled nobody home. There's this like flutter
Pyotr
movement.
cartwheels up, like you just see him out the second story window at level.
And there's this big like thump, and you look and you just see a split second of Pyotr's face. Before you hear this like thump outside.
And Pyotr goes, wow, these are some nice bushes to hide in. Somebody could hide for a long time in these bushes.
This is
Fucking kill that man.
this is the worst possible thing that could be happening right now.
Juno, Faith, I know you're in there. It's Doug and I. We need to speak with you. We think you may be in danger. Also, hi, Glade.
I am less opposed to you killing him now.
Can we actually hear like through the walls?
Sorry.
I would say you could probably.
Juno!
There we go.
Faith! It's Pyotr. Doug's here as well. We need to speak with you. We think you're in terrible danger.
Yeah, you hear that.
Also, hi, Glade.
I guess I will go and deal with that. I will, and Juno just grabs Glade's hand and squeezes it really, really hard and then looks Glade in the eyes and then lets go and runs down the stairs and closes the door on Glade. Close the blinds!
There'd be old man peeking.
That's one of his folders for sure.
It's funny, you know, I saw a video just like this sometime.
So, Juno, you run downstairs and you open the door, I presume?
I open, yeah. Juno's too impulsive to not open the door.
Gotcha.
Pyotr bursts into the front hall and goes, Juno, my goodness. Thank God you're safe. Are you hurt?
Before you have a chance to answer, there's the sound of a taxi pulling up outside. Steven turns to you, Alastar, and he says, it's going to be 40 credits.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't realize you named the company after your just existence. Just take the money, man. Here, have a tip. 50 credits. There you go.
Thanks.
Thanks. Dude.
What are you thanking me for?
The ride, you fucking idiot.
There's a little bit of will they won't they here too, right? Personally, hey, just gonna put it out there. Yeah, you get out of the cab.
Jesus.
And you can see standing in the doorway, there's Pyotr, there's Doug, there's Juno.
Why is there an imprint of a man's face up on the window?
In what looks like liquor and hair dye.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just like grease.
Where you impacted?
This is why I didn't take any damage. I actually descended at only I don't know, a meter every 5 seconds.
Oh, good.
That's the feather fall of this universe.
Did I arrive at a bad time?
My goodness, I don't think so. How are you, sir?
Doing well.
It's good we have you here. There's terrible things afoot. We think that the Jesuits are here as well, or they're back here, and they know that we've returned. Doug, tell them.
Should maybe we go
that's
into
pretty
it.
much exactly what I was going to say, actually. A couple of them came for Pyotr.
Oh.
I took care of them.
Oh.
But I suspect that they are looking for the book.
The book. Juno, do you have the book?
Why don't we move the conversation inside? Yeah?
Oh, I was inside. I was just yelling at you on the front lawn.
I know. Let me cover the distance.
Okay, but I was in
Get
the
in
right
house.
place.
Pyotr, you nailed it, man. I'm proud of you.
Alastar, as you're making your way inside, go ahead and make one more spot hidden check for me, please.
It's the exact same roll. Yeah, we just succeed.
You just succeed. Okay,
Yeah.
a regular success. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a 100.
Oh,
Wow. Another guy hits a window.
The bushes were Jesuits all along.
They were hiding in there so well.
Very Macbeth. No, there is the roar of an engine, and everyone's attention is drawn down the road as you see a dark panel van roaring towards this house. What are you guys doing?
Fuck. Run inside real fucking fast.
Pyotr's going to slam the door shut after Alastar gets inside and lock it.
Okay.
Because if we lock the doors, they can't get
They
to
can't
us.
get in. We've
Yeah,
established.
exactly.
Yeah, like canonically, 100%.
Faith, is there another way out of the house? Can we go out the back door or something?
There is a back door, but Yes. Yes, there's a back door. I think that should work.
Then we should fucking go.
I will go get Glade.
Glade's here.
Pyotr grabs the Faith's arm and goes, Faith, Juno, where is the book?
Juno kind of shifty eye looks at Alastar. Safe, Pyotr. Safe.
Do we need to take it with us now?
Is the van pulling up outside now?
The van is pulling up. You guys have very little time.
It's safe, Pyotr.
Let's go.
Who's getting out of the van?
If you're looking through, you see the van come screeching to a halt, and you see two Jesuits get out of the front, both in body armor, both kind of pulling out assault rifles, and then four more. A sliding door opens, and four more get out.
We need to fucking go now.
In the back of Juno's apartment, would it just be the apartment, or would she have, would there be a back where a car would be parked, or a garage?
just tell him what's there.
Okay.
There's an Acarita.
There's a car.
There's a fucking
The whole
Acarita.
Fucking wild. They actually let one helicopter in this space.
Yeah, it's super
On the
weird.
roof.
Actually.
Go ahead and make a luck check for me.
I don't
This is to
want
determine whether Gabriel took your... your car was already bailed on by Glade. So this will be to see whether the car came back, and then also then whether Gabriel then took it to go to his dinner.
So is this 2 luck checks or 1 luck check?
Just a 1 luck check.
Thank you. That's a fail.
Oh,
You run out to where your personal car is usually parked, and it is gone. And you sense that, Gabriel probably took it on the way to his dinner.
Tom, can you hail another taxi?
Oh,
I like how it's like Tom and not Alastar.
Juno
Right.
doesn't know about the taxi.
Right.
Catherine knows about the taxi.
I'll fucking call Steven again, get him back here to give us a ride.
You gave him a really good tip. He
Yeah,
should be
sure.
back.
Wait, that's our plan?
No,
To call a taxi?
we need to fucking leave.
Then
As you
let's
guys are
leave
in the backyard,
back door.
you hear the front door get kicked down.
Yeah, I've
as you
got-
guys are in
Did
the
I
backyard.
go get Glade?
I presume.
I need
But-
to go get Glade.
Glade, you hear the front door get kicked open.
Juno runs in there.
I have one half kitten, like a panda.
Yeah.
Okay,
Juno.
guys,
Okay.
let's go to Dex.
Fuck.
God.
Can I do one thing when I go if I'm running up the stairs going to get Glade and I hear the door? Can I make one more luck check?
For what? Tell me for what?
Looking for something in my clothes drawers. Something.
You'd have to get upstairs to do that.
Fighting pants.
Fight.
Will you give me?
I presume that your bedroom was upstairs. So
Yes.
we're gonna go to Dex,
Okay.
and then we will resolve things.
Oh.
Okay, I might actually have Dex written down from previously.
I'd like to say that I had my gun out.
Yeah. Do you think? I guess you saw them screaming up.
Oh, yeah. And then I checked to make sure who was getting out of the
Yeah,
car.
that's not an unreasonable thing that you would probably get your gun out at that point.
What order are we in?
So, the order will be... Sorry, I just have to write down all of your enemies. Don't worry about it. I will remind you guys, before that we start this combat, running away is absolutely an option. Right? There's no reason you guys have to stand and fight, especially in this scenario.
I think that's the plan.
Ambushed.
I think
totally.
the plan is to run away.
The plan is to run away.
Hailing
I
a
think
taxi
in the
right now.
past, Catherine, someone has decided to do something other than running.
I rejected reality and substitute my own.
Okay, so our order will be Glade, Alastar, Juno, Jesuits of Christ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then Pyotr.
What about Doug?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
what about Doug?
Doug, yeah, fair enough. Doug's in there too.
He's already
then
dead.
Pyotr.
And then Pyotr.
Somebody just needs to grab Pyotr.
This house is gonna be fucking like just leveled, absolutely leveled, and Pyotr's gonna be standing in the middle of it. Like,
What happened?
Okay, so Pyotr's in the backyard.
yeah,
Alastar's in the backyard.
yeah,
Yep.
Juno's running up the stairs.
yeah,
And Glade is upstairs.
yeah. And then Doug is in the backyard with us.
Yeah, Doug is with you guys. Yeah, Doug is wherever you are. So, and Doug goes before the Jesuits, but after Juno.
And how much damage can nano armor take before it needs to regenerate?
Nanoweave armor, you should have a number
I think
there.
it takes 8.
Yeah, it's usually 8 is like standard body armor. It takes 8 points of damage,
Okay,
and then
thank
it
you.
needs about an hour. In the dex order, first up we have Glade. Glade, you hear the screeching tires outside, then a bit of kerfufflery from downstairs as they run outside to check to see if the car is in the backyard, which it is not. And then you hear the crash of the front door being kicked open. What are you doing?
I just imagine, because you didn't have a lot of time, you know, like when you try to put on clothes when you're still like wet. and
Yeah,
it's really
like
hard.
sticky. Yeah.
So she's like, fuck, trying to get her clothes on. Anyways, yeah, I would say she has clothes on by the time they burst through the door.
Yeah, we'll allow it. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Thank you. Yeah, she's gonna grab her rifle. And okay, so where are the windows facing that are in the room I'm in?
I will say the windows are facing kind of down into the street. You can kind of overlook the front yard.
Okay, so Glade's gonna peek out front, her rifle ready.
For sure.
Like, what the fuck's going on?
Absolutely. You can see some movement. Like you can see most of them have kind of started to like charge the house essentially. And you can see there are 2 kind of standing on the street. Their guns kind of like tracking the house, kind of like looking at the windows. What are you doing?
Glade is going to grab whatever is closest to her, like to throw through the window.
For sure.
Through a window. She wants to pick up something, anything that she could throw through a window.
Totally. You could absolutely do this. Are you planning to shoot then afterwards? Because you could.
No.
Okay. Gotcha. Yep, for sure. There is what looks like an incredibly expensive vase there. Kind of sitting right beside the bed.
Actually, I'm changing my mind.
Okay.
I am going to shoot after, but expensive vase.
Yep.
Okay. My plan is, 'cause I'm assuming there's more than one window.
Yeah, we'll say there's 2 windows in this room.
Cool. The plan is I want to throw the vase through the other window
Gotcha.
to draw attention to that window,
For sure.
and then shoot through the window that I'm at.
Gotcha. I would let you do both actions in one turn, but your firearms check, I would say it'll be very difficult. So you're going to get a penalty dice and probably require a hard success, or otherwise you might require a regular success.
We'll try it.
You want to try it? Okay. Go ahead.
Invigorated by a kiss.
Yeah, she gets inspiration or something.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because what you're doing with the vase is not particularly complicated, so go ahead and make your throw check with a bonus dice here.
Okay, so that's just a regular success for the throw.
Hell yeah. The vase, as you throw it, just kind of smashes into the window, and all of it, the vase and the window itself, just shatters. The vase is porcelain, and that shatters tempered glass very easily. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah. Alex, you're shaking your head. Is that not true?
No, I was about to whisper ninja rocks into the mic.
Yeah.
Something
and I
way more
decided
immature.
that nobody wanted to hear that.
You're going to keep that to yourself. You're just going to sit on that.
And then am I rolling for firearms?
Yeah, make your firearms check. So you're going to get a penalty dice. We're looking for a hard success. You can use cybernetics to counteract that if you choose.
Right.
We're still looking for a hard success just to kind of, penalize you for the double action there, but you can get rid of the penalty dice at the very least.
So my adrenal override?
Oh, wait, do you not have visual combat cortex?
I don't.
Okay, well then never mind. You can't do shit, and you can go fuck yourself instead.
Come on, baby! Oh, bitch, suck my dick.
Oh, good.
I rolled 2 14s,
Hell yeah.
which gives me, you know what? I'm going to spend 3 luck to make that extreme success.
Hell yeah. Pick either 5 or 6.
6.
6. Okay. You're shooting at Jesuit number 6. Go ahead. So you're gonna, for your extreme success, you get the full possible damage of your rifle. Then you get to roll again and add that to whatever it would be. Let's go.
7.
7. So wait, that's a total of 20 points of damage.
Yup.
Yeah, you take aim and you just blast. The window shatters as your bullet passes through it. And you just see one of the Jesuits out in the street. His head just snaps back, falls to the ground dead. Hell yeah.
Glade doesn't miss.
All right, that's your action. You still have a little bit. You can move as well if you want.
Yes, I'm going to back away from the window. And I'm going to look for a window that is away from the front of the house.
Gotcha.
It'd be across the hall. There's a hall, and then there's bedroom, hall, to one side is the bathroom, and then to the other side is a study. And you could hop into the study, and there's a window there to the back.
That's where I head towards.
Great. Absolutely. You can make it pretty much all the way across the hallway into the other room on your turn, but that will end your turn there. Great. Alastar, you hear this gunshot from within the house.
Okay. And the Faith took off towards the armed assailants.
Yep, the Faith has run back into the house.
Perfect. So to engage in a chase, do I have to spend my entire action just running away?
At the moment, we're not in a chase yet. We are in combat because you
Great.
guys haven't run away yet.
Perfect. Is there a place in the backyard where I can take cover and lay down some fire into the doorway at the incoming Jesuits, or is it not a straight line from front door to back door type deal?
In my mind, the way I'm imagining this, I don't imagine it's a straight line. You do see there's kind of a window into the kitchen, which as you were running past, you could see. So you could just maybe spray some bullets through that window, but you also know Juno is in the house. You also know Glade is in the house. I don't know if necessarily Alastar would start blindly firing into a house like potential friendlies.
Yeah. Okay. And there's no place where I could take cover in the backyard.
You could get concealment. You probably couldn't get cover.
Okay. Well, and is there any way out of here if we do need to run away?
Yeah, it looks like where the car kind of would have been parked leads into a back alley that you could potentially run down.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a position nearest that back alley so I can lean around the corner, I guess, with my gun out and shoot at a Jesuit who pops around the corner. Essentially, because I don't want to run back into the house. That
Gotcha.
just seems so...
Yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna kind of hold an action to see if a Jesuit.
Yeah, I'll cover the distance that I can to make to that corner, and then I'll shoot.
And this is just to clarify, you were running to the away from the house.
Yeah, towards the alley.
Yep, gotcha. Okay, yep, no problem. So and then you can do that and hold an action.
Yeah,
absolutely. Alrighty, Juno.
Alrighty, so I'm partway up the stairs.
I wouldn't say you're partway up the stairs. You will have just entered the house. You're kind of coming through the kitchen as you enter that hallway. That would, kind of, there's the front door and then there's the staircase upstairs is in that front hallway. You can see a Jesuit in the doorway having just kicked down the door with an assault rifle ready. And you can see, it looks like 3 others behind him ready to rush the door. What are you doing?
Juno screams, Glade! Glade, get out! Get out now!
Okay. And
she checks to make sure that she has the book just to her side.
Okay, great. That's your turn and your movement. Next. Yes, absolutely.
As an action, she's gonna run, but whether or not she makes an action before she runs,
up to you.
And just to clarify, there is no dash mechanic in Call of Cthulhu where you sacrifice an action to get double movement or anything like that.
You use your action to run away if it is feasible to do so. In this case, because you have kind of like just run right in, I would say probably not.
Yeah.
And that's because that's usually for like close quarters, like melee combat, not necessarily for a gunfight.
So in the kitchen, how far away are they?
Probably not much further than like maybe 15 feet, 15 to 20 feet.
Too far to throw something like heavy to piss them off quickly, right? Or to like to distract them quickly.
Probably. Well, I mean, like if you want like a free throw, then yeah, too far for that, but you could make a throw check.
No, I'm gonna try and shoot just one shot, just off.
Yeah, go ahead and make your firearms check then.
Okay, that's a success.
Amazing. Go ahead and roll your damage.
No! The cock was so much better. 4 damage.
4 points of damage.
Yeah, D10 plus D4 plus 2.
That's
Or
so
plus one,
unlucky.
Plus 1. Oh, no, plus 2. So I get 5.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 5 points of damage.
Hey, that's some.
That's real good in Call of Cthulhu, but they are wearing body armor, so it unfortunately, yeah. But that is very good. You kind of like come around the corner and just like there's this moment of shock as like you both look at each other. They obviously weren't expecting you to be armed and like kind of ready to go, and you just immediately like push your gun forward. Boom! Gun goes off, and you can see it just kind of hit him right in the center mass. You can see the nanoweave armor like stop it.
Does he like kind of fall back onto the other people who are in the door?
He stumbles back, but it doesn't look like you've breached his armor. And you can see him already just kind of like wincing, but bringing his gun back up to bear as you are, I presume,
Booking it.
booking the...
Does that give me some time to run out the
Yeah,
door?
I'll say you have just enough time to like get to the back door and maybe like one step outside of it, and that'll be your turn. Doug is in the backyard. Pyotr, you and Doug are in the backyard, I believe. Yes?
Yep.
Okay. You can see, Doug in the backyard. He just he looks to Alastar, making a very intelligent choice to kind of like move. He sees, the gunshot has gone off, and he sees Juno run. You can see him just kind of like close his eyes for a second, and I need to look up something.
Doug can just kill him. It's mine. We'll be
Big
all
old brain.
safe.
Make some rolls here. Oh, shit. Okay. Pyotr, you're looking at Doug, and you see him kind of like standing there in the backyard, and his eyes kind of close, and he sways a little bit. And all of a sudden, from inside the house, you just hear screaming, and then the sound of somebody hitting the floor as they collapse to the ground. And then Doug, his eyes just kind of open up again. We should leave post-haste.
I couldn't agree more, Doug.
And he starts making his way towards the alleyway there. That'll be Doug's turn. Okay, this is going to bring it to the Jesuits. Juno and Pyotr. What do I want to make you roll here? Make a luck check, first of all.
Pyotr fails.
Pyotr fails.
Juno fails.
Okay, you guys hear the crack of gunfire, but like obviously 1 second too late. You can choose to make a dodge check if you wish to dive for cover. Try to hit the deck, but you will be doing so with a penalty dice.
Is there another option?
Die.
Don't learn from me.
So Pyotr fails.
Fail. Okay.
Juno fails.
Boy. It doesn't even matter. You guys dive to the ground, and there's this crack of automatic fire, and you see like bullets start smashing through the entire house. And as like all of them basically just from the front of the house just start spraying at ground level, and bullets just kind of like come flying out, but you two managing to dive to the ground.
Pyotr trips, but
Pyotr trips. Through luck or skill, manages to avoid the gunfire. That is... Sorry, I just need to cross out the ones who have been crossed out. Alrighty. The Jesuits are going to run through the house, but they don't have enough movement to make it all the way through the house, so that's going to be their turn. Pyotr, you miss your turn because you dove for cover, unfortunately. Ditto Juno for next turn. So that will bring us back to the top of the dex order.
And I didn't see a single... No one made it to a point where I could see one.
No one made it to a point where you can see one yet.
Got it.
But that will bring us back to...
Can we just get a quick scope? Like, what does the backyard look like in terms of how deep, how wide?
Backyard would
How many
probably be...
exits?
Yeah, so there is... it's probably a reasonably big backyard. Let's say 60 feet by 60 feet. There's a lot of, like, there's like a
Really nice landscape.
Really nice
Bushes.
landscaping, like a water feature, some bushes. But there is also like it looks like a kind of concrete pad where the car would usually go. Okay. Maybe a little car part over it, although that doesn't make sense in a space station, but whatever. They're rich people, fuck them. And then it kind of opens up into a paved alleyway that goes behind a lot of these houses in the gardens here. So, Glade.
Mm-hmm. So I make it to the back window.
Yeah.
That would be overlooking the backyard?
The backyard, absolutely.
Okay, so when I look out, what exactly do I see?
You can see all of these guys. So you can see Glade and Doug and
Juno.
Thank you. Juno, Doug, and Pyotr all having kind of like dove for cover. You can see the windows like kind of smashing out and hear the automatic weapons fire. You can see Alastar kind of having taken cover at the in the alleyway there, ready to shoot back into the house.
Does Juno look vulnerable?
Juno looks pretty vulnerable. She's kind of in like the middle of the lawn, just like made the right call, dove for cover, and thankfully, didn't get shot. So,
would I hear anyone coming upstairs?
Yeah, you absolutely hear some pounding footsteps coming upstairs.
Okay. Fuck. Is this window over top of the back door?
Yes.
Okay. Oh god, this is hard. Okay. If I wanted to go into the bathroom and like turn on the hot water from the shower and close all the doors in the bathroom, I want to create like steam in there.
Okay. I would say you could do that, but that would be your action.
That'd be my action.
And your movement to get back into the bathroom from the room you're in. So that'd be your turn to do that.
Okay. Can I what I want to do is like do that, but not be in the bathroom. I want to then get eyes like down the hallway.
I would say you could do that. You could go
like ready with my firearm.
Totally, yeah. So you could run back into the bathroom. You could turn on the water, and then you could not be in the bathroom. But that would be your entire turn to do that. Like that's movement, action, everything.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Looking back out over the backyard, you step away from that back window. You run into the bathroom again, and you switch the shower back on, and there's this moment of realization like, oh shit, you ran out of the water allotment previously. And then there's like this moment of realization like, holy shit, you live in a rich district of the fucking Gate City, because the water kind of like turns back on immediately, super steaming hot. Steam immediately starts filling up the room, and then you step out of the bathroom and you kind of take up a position looking out over the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, because you've used your action, I don't know if this changes your plan, you can't hold an action because you've used it already.
Okay, instead of like looking down the hallway, I'm just gonna be like perched with my gun, like ready to turn around the corner if I needed.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So still.
So like if someone came up the stairs, they wouldn't see me. They would just
Gotcha.
hear the shower.
Yep.
In the steam.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me. This will just be a free roll for this. I'll give you a bonus dice because this is a clever plan.
Yay! Or nar.
Or nor.
Oh, no.
Fuck. That's
Failure. Okay. All right. That will be Glade's turn. Alastar.
Seeing as how I don't plan on be moving this turn, could I use my personal data center to call fuck your life taxis? Get a hold of Stephen, ring him up over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen himself answers.
Yeah.
Need a lift. Nearby. Stephen?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You come on, man.
You're the one with the car, dude.
Hey, I'm fine. Share your location with me.
Done. I'll ping it.
And then he hangs up, but he's accepted the thing, and you can see in the Fuck Your Life app, you can see his cab now is coming back down around towards you.
Perfect.
The app is terrible.
The app is terrible, yeah.
As for my action, I'm just going to maintain the same thing, kind of after hanging up the phone or the personal data center, getting people over around this corner so they can get some cover.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm still just going to keep my firearm ready, aimed at the door.
Yep, 100%. Okay, sweet. That was Alastar. Juno, you are going to miss this turn. Doug is going to kind of get up, pull out his gun, and then he's just going to spray 3 shots into the house. Oh, shit, yeah. So he kind of pulls out his gun and just 3 shots firing into the house. On the third one, you just hear him go, fuck! And he looks, and you can see the slide kind of half open as his gun has jammed.
No.
He starts like trying to work the action to clear the jam, but that will be his turn. He's like kind of retreating back towards the alleyway slowly. That will bring us to our Jesuits. The first one kind of like steps out and like gets into the back door, and Alastar, you can see the profile. You were holding your action. Go ahead and make your firearms check.
Bang, bang, bang.
Are you doing 3 shots?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Such a fucking cowboy.
Locked and loaded. Hard success on the first.
Alrighty.
Success on the second. And success on the third.
Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, go ahead and roll your damage.
First shot, 10 points of damage.
Fuck.
Hot damn. Okay, yep. Good.
Second shot, 14 points of damage.
You're so close. Yeah, you almost got him.
And the third shot is another 11 points of damage.
Oh, damn, that just got him. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, as he kind of like just silhouettes himself in the doorway there, you know, kind of obviously rushing towards, not expecting the level of resistance that he's receiving. You just kind of blam, blam, blam. The 3 shots, like first one in the stomach, armor mostly catches it. Second shot, just kind of right through the chest, and you can see him like immediately, like the rifle just kind of lowers as his sternum cracks, and that third shot just right in the forehead as the gun was tracking upwards, and he just collapses to the ground. Okay, great. Yeah, well that was his turn. The next one, seeing that, is not going to silhouette themselves quite as easily. They are going to step into the kitchen here. Who is obviously available? I think it's Doug. Doug's the only one kind of still like standing. Kind of from deeper within cover within the house, they're going to try to shoot at Doug. I think Doug will try to make a dodge check. I think Doug is going to try to dive for cover.
Yep. Definitely.
That's a classic Doug maneuver.
It's classic Doug maneuver. Man, he doesn't have any skills in dodge.
Whoa.
But it's half dex, so. And he rolled a 15, so hell yeah.
Woo, Dougie.
Alrighty, so Doug dives for cover as the gun goes off. She closes a penalty dice. So, that was a 10 and a 70. So, the Doug, you can just see him like trying to clear the jam on his gun, and his eyes go wide. He just dives to the side. You just crack of rifle fire. The shot misses him. All right, Glade, you hear pounding footsteps up the stairs.
Oh, footsteps? Okay.
He's not hopping on one.
He's not, yeah.
So
It sounds like more than one.
It does sound like more than one. But you can see like it sounds like the first pair of feet kind of up, and you can start to hear like the floor creaking as they are approaching the open door. You failed your stealth check. So all of a sudden it stops, and you just hear, contact! What are you doing? You have a reaction here, so you can't shoot back, but you could potentially try to hit the ground.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the ground, for sure.
Go ahead and make your dodge check.
Doing the dodge check means that Glade loses their next turn.
Next turn, yeah.
That is a hard success.
Hard success. Okay. Just fails. Goes ahead and puts a shot. You see it just kind of crash through the wall of the bathroom that you were in as you kind of hit the deck. There is another one behind him, kind of like raises his rifle towards you, but it's going to be a hard shot for him to kind of take the shot around his friend, so I'm giving him a penalty dice as well. And that is a failure. So another shot smashes into the tiling, kind of crashes to the ground. Alrighty. That's them. Yeah, for sure. You guys have actually done really well this round. Go ahead, Pyotr. What are you doing?
So Pyotr's still kind of just out in the open in the backyard.
For sure. At the moment.
And there is a corner that Alastar is behind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Pyotr's going to move to that and hide behind that corner.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
That is a success.
Okay. Alrighty. You manage to do that. You just kind of like moving low and moving slow. You get your way. And as you're watching this, like everyone else out there, like Pyotr's not moving fast, but there's a type of way that he's moving that is just very like
unimportant.
Unimportant. There's something about the way that he's moving that
Just makes you want to look at something else.
100. Yeah, it's cringe-based stealth.
Very effective.
Hell yeah, very, very effective. Okay. Yeah, amazing. That'll be Pyotr's turn then. We will come right back around to the top. Glade, you missed this turn
Fuck.
because you dodged. You dove for cover.
Fuck.
Yeah, bad shape. Alastar, you can hear the gunshots from within the house.
And there were 6 of them.
There were 6 of them, so as of right now, you know that one for sure has been dropped by you. You heard a gunshot before, so yeah, at the moment, you can only confirm that one is down.
And I haven't seen Glade.
You haven't seen Glade. You've heard some more gunfire from within the house.
And Juno dove out onto the backyard without her.
Correct.
I'm going to call out, Juno, where's Glade?
Upstairs. I heard gunshots.
And that's about the amount of communication you'll get for free.
All right.
Yeah, I'm starting to be more strict about that. In
Yeah, no.
season 2.
No, that makes a ton of sense. And I can't see the guy who's in the kitchen window.
Not at this point, no.
I have a move rate of 9.
You're very fast. Speedy boy.
Very speedy. I know that there's a guy who's shooting at people from within the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Am I fast enough to get up to him?
With a move rate of 9, you would be fast enough to at least make it into the back doorway to potentially you get a view of the kitchen. You guys are doing better in this fight than I thought you would initially, to be honest.
Stupid. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm having the opposite of a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. Oh, God.
It's a James Neutrino.
It's a James Neutrino. It's actually a John Proton.
John Proton.
Okay, great. If I make it to the back door, bullets have torn through the wall.
Absolutely.
So hiding behind that wall, nonsensical.
I mean, concealment not
discovery.
cover. Yeah, exactly. Concealment not cover.
Would I be able to make it, have concealment, and shoot the guy in the kitchen?
You could shoot at him for sure. I can't guarantee whether you shoot him, but
That's
I mean, and like as far as Alastar is aware of this guy's positioning, like you, it would be a very good guess that he is shooting from the kitchen based on like the shots that you've seen.
At the very least, I can buy time and get these people out of here. Right. We're going to go ahead and run up to the back door.
Hot damn. All right. You, using your speedy boy skills, you run up to the back door, and you can see the Jesuit kind of through that back window has kind of like taken this position, kind of like crouched, and is just like peeking up so as to offer it. His eyes go wide as he sees you silhouetted in the door. Are you gonna just like immediately kind of gun track to him and shoot him? He's too far for melee.
And I don't see any other Jesuits on the main floor.
You don't see any other Jesuits in the kitchen. You don't have eyes on the rest of the main floor.
And I'm in a position where if I dive for cover, I'm like gone.
You could dive like out of the building for cover, but yeah.
Okay. Guess what, guy? You're getting shot in the face.
He is gonna dive for cover.
Okay. So this will, if he succeeds.
If he succeeds on his dodge check, you will get a penalty dice.
Okay.
He got an extreme success on his dodge.
Damn.
That doesn't necessarily change anything. It's still just a penalty dice for you, though.
Okay. Hit. Oh, that's not with penalty dice. First shot is a miss.
Okay.
And it only gets worse from here. Second shot is a hit.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Third shot, hard success.
Hell yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage for your 2 shots that hit. After this, your gun will be empty as well.
It very much will be. 14 on the first.
14 on the first. Hell yeah.
9 on the second.
Hell yeah. You, as he dives for cover, your cybernetics activate, and your arm just kind of like twitches. Because you have cybernetics, right?
No.
Oh.
I'm just a freak.
Your testosterone activates. And,
my testosterone, guys. I get rock hard.
Yeah. You just like enter the manosphere, and you're immediely just kind of like training kicks in, and you know enough not to aim where he is, but to aim like kind of where he's going to be. The first shot, you fire a little bit too early, but then the next two, they both just One hits him in like kind of the upper chest, the other like through the neck, and it's just kind of like you can see a bit of blood and bone like spray in the wall behind him as he kind of collapses dead as motherfuck. Hell yeah.
I'll just do my best to kind of stand close to the wall then, so I'm providing less of a shot.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we've lost a lot. The Jesuits.
My
here.
Jesuits.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just 2 more, 3 more.
My math is mathing.
I've
So I
killed
thought there were
2.
6 total.
You've killed 1. There's 2 up with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, Alastar doesn't know this, but there's the dude who was outside with Homie, who you shot in the head. There's 2 upstairs with you.
And there's the guy that Doug killed.
Oh, I forgot Doug killed one. Never mind. You're
Doug,
right.
so we've only got 2.
Yes.
Only
So-
upstairs.
That we know of.
will bring us to Juno. Juno, this is your turn.
I'm in the backyard. I've just gotten up from diving / falling out of the back door.
For sure. You can see, and you can, looking at the back door, you can see Alastar having just kind of like popped into that front door, moving faster than you've seen many of your compatriots move, just blah, 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 and then just like step back outside. I'm presuming like opening the cylinder and kind of like dropping all the casings.
With a little flick.
Little flick. Yeah. Hell yeah. It looks cool. I want to say it looks cool.
Yeah.
The casings are all smoking. It's fucking tight as hell.
Juno thinks, wow, that looks cool.
Yeah. Neat.
Neato. Then where the fuck is Glade? Is there anything I can do for Glade? Juno knows what the Jesuits are after,
Yes.
and they're after the book.
That would be a very safe bet for sure.
She doesn't know how many are left, but she
Correct.
heard gunshots upstairs, and she knows Glade is up there. And she heard 2 bursts of gunshots. Have they seen her, or did they just hear something and just shoot randomly?
You don't know.
We don't know.
But
How'd you know?
You don't know.
how would you know?
How'd you know?
How would you know? They're gonna
Can you see
know.
through the
No, you've just heard a mess of gunfire from up top.
Okay. Because there's not a lot that Juno can do, she yells, I have what you're after. If you want it, come and get it now. And she grabs this like bundle of cloth in her robe and holds up the book.
Okay, so bit of meta knowledge here. They can't see what you're doing from where you are, but I mean,
I guess, no, I will still do that.
Juno
I will
would still do
that,
it for
yeah.
sure. But I'm just letting you know to give you context for what I'm going to make you do.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a persuade check, but with a penalty dice. And the reason for the penalty dice is you are in the middle of a gunfight and they can't see you offering
that makes
proof at the
sense.
moment.
Yeah, totally. So success both ways.
Okay, regular success.
Regular success.
Okay, that'll be your turn.
Can I move?
You can move.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do that and then move backwards towards the alley
Okay.
and then tuck the book back in.
Alrighty. Regular success. Okay. Yeah, you managed to make it. Yeah, back there. Doug missed his turn because he dove for cover.
Yeah.
All right, these fucking Jesuits. Glade. They are moving up on a regular success. You can see them pause, and then one of them kind of points his gun at you.
They can see me?
You're like kind of laid out on the floor. There, you had to dive for cover.
I thought it was like in a different room than them coming up from the stairs, though, when they started shooting at me.
Oh, that's right, because you didn't dive into the.
No, I wouldn't have
bathroom.
died. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they would have, for you to dive for cover, for them to have shot at you, like, yeah, because you failed your stealth check, right?
Which, yeah. I mean, I don't guess. Like,
So-
it's maybe because the floor creaked. Because I was like, I was in cover when they came up.
Yeah. So you were in cover, which is like, yeah. So they did shoot at you. Like they saw you, basically, is kind of what it is. So you dove for cover.
They
So
see me, though.
they know where you are. Like they kind of like managed.
See,
to
that makes
catch you.
sense. I
For
just don't
sure.
feel like they would be able to see me.
Okay. They smelled you.
No, they can hear me. Though. Like, what I'm saying is that, like, I was completely, like, not in their field of view. And I get failing the stealth, maybe, like, the floor creaked, or, like, it would make sense that they could hear me, and so they shoot where I am.
For sure. Also bearing.
In Faith Juno Angavin's house, the floor creak.
You knocked over a very expensive vase. Not the one that you
It's
threw
not
it on the
that
other
nice of an
side.
apartment.
There's also the bearing in mind that you are in a gunfight and you did a lot of things in a very short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like, as professional and as good at this stuff as Glade is, there's every chance that, you know, as you kind of like tucked in around the corner, the barrel of your gun was still sticking out just like a little bit, and it was just enough for them to see you, that kind of thing, right? So this is not necessarily saying that Glade is bad at it. It's just that this is a very stressful situation, and Glade has had a very hard, week or two here, right? So they know where you are. Suffice it to say.
Yeah, totally.
Suffice it to say. So they are entering the room. One of them points their gun at you. It just says, "You can leave if we get what we want. Put down your rifle."
Can I do something?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I will give you the choice. Yeah, you can't. What would you like to do?
I mean, if he's standing right there with the gun at me, honestly, there's not really much I could do.
For sure.
Yeah, honestly.
And because of the way the turn order works, like their turns are at the same time, I'll say the second Jesuit kind of steps into the room as well.
Glade slowly puts down her rifle and puts her hands up.
Okay. One of them kind of comes forward and grabs you. The other kind of stepping back to kind of create a bit of space. They bring you to the window that overlooks the backyard, and they kind of push it open, and they kind of push you so you're kind of hanging half out the window, and it's very obvious they have guns on them. We're gonna take it out of Dex order here. And they're throw the book into the house. The rest of you go into the alleyway, and you can all walk away. She can walk away.
No deal. Throw her down to the yard, and then we'll leave the book here, and then we all walk away.
That's so good, dude.
Okay. As you yell that, Pyotr, they go, "No."
Well, if somebody else want to give it a shot, that was my idea.
Can I say that Glade put her hands behind her head?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'm just imagining Glade 4D chess move, just unsheathing her sword into her own head. Can't be a hostage if I'm fucking dead.
Is Pyotr in a place where he could go out into if he's hiding behind or if he was behind the wall, can he go out into the alley without revealing himself, line of sight to where they are?
You were already out in the alley. You did that previously.
Okay. Pyotr's gonna go around the block and try to go in the front door.
That's probably gonna take a while.
What if I go through somebody else's house?
I love it. You can certainly try. Make a luck check for me.
Okay. That's a fail.
You go up.
You're just trying a series of locked doors.
That's 100% it. You go up to this door and it's just the back door is locked. You go to the window beside it. It's obviously locked as well. And then the one beside. We'll leave Pyotr there for now.
God damn it. Is his gun directly against my head?
These guys are actually pretty professional, so no. The gun is in sight, but he kind of has it you got your hands behind your head. He has his hand kind of on your collar, and he's kind of got the pistol close to his chest but pointed at you. The other guy has his AR and is standing outside of the people outside, but he's got his gun kind of trained center mass on you.
But the other guy isn't directly behind me?
Not close behind you.
Sorry, the guy that's holding me, he's not directly behind me?
No. He's trying to make it clear that he has a gun on you to the people.
Oh, right. He's okay. So he's holding me out in front of the window. He's off to the side.
Yeah.
The other guy. Okay. I get it.
For sure.
Fuck. How tactical.
Yeah. They're not stupid. You're not fighting stupid guys. I'm sorry. I mean, if they weren't stupid, he probably wouldn't be holding you, but whatever. Here we are.
I'd like to reload my gun.
Okay.
And meanwhile, I'm looking at Juno in the alleyway,
Like what?
Like that. I don't know.
For this audio medium.
For the audio medium.
Yeah, you all can see that, right, listeners?
You can
Yeah, sweet.
feel the confusion.
The stars aren't alright at gmail.com. Tell us what that looked like to you.
Yeah. Kind of shrugging the shoulders, waving the hands about, trying to convey, what the fuck, what are you doing?
Juno looks at Glade, trying to get their attention a little bit.
She nods, as if to say.
She nods as if to say, what I'm about to do is really dumb and you need to keep your eyes closed.
I don't know. I'm going to maybe roll luck that I'm looking at Juno.
I leave it up to you. Luck, psychology, power. No, actually, I'd say luck or psychology, actually. Up to you.
Luck. Ooh, success.
Okay. And I'm not going to make you roll to see if you understand. Like, you know exactly what Juno looks like when she's about to do something stupid.
She's seen it many times.
Seen it many times.
I will deliver this to you, but you have to come down here. I will leave it in the kitchen. Bring Glade out.
Make a persuade check if you are being sincere, or a fast talk check if you are not.
Oh, I am being sincere.
Okay. I'm trusting you. And if you lie to me, I get to hit you with my car in real life.
Done. That's a success.
Okay. They go, wait, so sorry, just for Brian to recap, you asked them to bring her down. You will leave the book in the kitchen, is what you said, right?
I say I will deliver the book to them in the kitchen.
Deliver the book to them in the kitchen. Okay. Yep. They say, fine. Fine. And you see Glade kind of get pulled out of the window. And the one kind of pushes you, like he pushes you kind of like towards the stairs. He's still got his kind of like pistol on you. The guy with the AR, they kind of like stop in the hallway. And the guy with the AR switches around in front of you and keeps it trained on you. And then starts like walking down the stairs. And he's staying probably about maybe 8 feet ahead of you. And the guy is like staying above you, pushing you down the stairs essentially with his pistol on you.
So for the book, it is wrapped. And it's kind of wrapped in this pile of cloth and robe. And I place it on the floor in the kitchen.
For sure.
I don't know how much I want to tell you, Brian.
Well, you kind of need to tell me a lot. Honestly.
Are you trying to gotcha him?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
I'm trying to gotcha, actually.
What are you doing? So yeah.
Under the robes, so I don't look at it, have opened the book. I'm letting it open without looking at it. Trying to keep it under the robes and then placing it on the ground.
I love it. I think that's very clever. I'm not going to make you roll sleight of hand or anything to do that.
Okay.
What I am going to get Juno to do is make a power roll.
Yeah. I will spend 9 luck to make that a success.
Ooh, good call.
Yes.
Juno, you managed to do so.
Do crackers still give me luck? I just want to check in about that one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out. You do so. You kind of go into the kitchen. You can hear them coming down the stairs, and you kind of open the book, still within the robes. You put it down, and what are you doing? You're kind of like stepping out of the kitchen? I'm
stepping out of the kitchen.
Okay.
There is your book.
They come into the kitchen. The one with the AR kind of like steps off to the side, lets the pistol guy push you through. He's kind of pushing you ahead of him, and he puts you in the doorway to the backyard. You can hear footsteps. It's this guy, a little rustle of cloth as he pulls it aside. I'm going to make a roll.
Wait, so I've now walked past Juno?
No. Juno is now stepped back out into the backyard, I presume.
Just out the door.
Just out the door. Yeah, you've been pushed kind of towards her. You haven't gone past Juno, but you're like close to her.
We're past the book, though.
You're past the book.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Would you have done something as you walked past the book?
No.
Okay, great. Yeah, I didn't want to steal your thunder, but absolutely. So yeah, you are past the book now. You can hear behind you the other one, and you hear the cloth open, and he just goes, Rapture. Rolled a 14 on his power check.
Oh.
Closes the book. We have it. And then there's the sound of pounding footsteps behind you. And you hear the guy holding you. Wait. No, wait for me. And he pushes you forward, Glade. And he starts running for the front door as well. What are you guys doing?
How long, with Pyotr trying every door, do you think it would have been for him to get through to the other side?
You know what? No, I'm not going to get you to make a luck check.
Yeah, because it's been 7 IRL minutes, by the way.
7 IRL. Highs or lows?
Highs.
I rolled a 49. That's incredibly unlucky. Let's say you found one, but then you get into the house and like you get to the front door and you go to unlock it, but it's actually like an incredibly weird and complicated locking mechanism.
It's like a palm scanner.
Like, can he see out into the street?
Yeah, let's have you see out into the street.
Okay.
Through like a very tiny window in the door.
Okay.
Can Glade do something?
What does Glade want to try to do?
So I don't know, depending on like how forceful the push is.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as she gets pushed forward, she wants to grab a grenade,
Oh shit!
pull the pin, turn, and throw it into the house.
Fucking. I'm never gonna say no to grenades. Go ahead and make a throw check for me.
Oh, okay.
Usually, like if you were perfectly fine and you hadn't just been a hostage 2 seconds ago, I would say just to lob it into the house, no problem. I wouldn't even make you roll for it. But just because of the situation, I'm gonna get a throw check from you here.
I don't have a skill in throw.
I will say
That's cocked.
you can use your adrenal override for this if you wish.
Can you remind me what that does? I have not used it yet. It's been so long.
No. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I'm going to remind you. Give me 2 seconds.
It gives you a penalty die and
Yeah.
also takes away 4 hit points.
Yeah, it does 1d20 damage to your health. So, you gain a bonus dice on strength, dex, con, or close quarters combat checks. At the end of your turn, you must make a con check. Regular success. If you fail, you take 1d8 damage and fall unconscious for 1d3 rounds. So I'll say you can do it to get a bonus dice on this throw check if you want. Up to you, though.
Well, can we figure out my health? Because we never talked about that.
Right, because you had a major wound previously from the Nedlet,
Yeah.
if memory serves. Or the
Like, I think
the
it was a
rainbow
major
Nedlet.
wound. Because, like, also, like, my health went back up to normal after it. I can't remember why. It was like,
It was because it was a non-lethal blow.
yeah.
is
So
what
I don't know
we-
if that's still a normal major wound or...
Yeah. Go ahead, because you guys have been traveling for not quite a week since that happened. I'll tell you what, go ahead and make a con check for me.
Okay. That is a hard success.
Hard success. Okay. Go ahead and remove that major wound then.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Just because it was non-lethal damage and because I kind of fucked the rules already, there's like whole rules surrounding this, and yeah, we'll just, for the sake of brevity.
So, okay. So if I'm at 6 hit points...
I think you were at 6 hit points because I think you might have taken damage from something else at some point.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, so I'm at 6 hit points.
Yes.
So the rules with the adrenal override, I take 1d8. If I were to get 7 or 8 damage from that, would I die?
You would be dying.
You would be dying
need
because you don't have a
first
major
aid
wound.
check.
Precisely.
Okay. So I wouldn't be like dead.
No.
Okay. Can I still use luck on a...
You can use luck on whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
At least according to me.
Okay, I'm gonna use it.
Hell yeah. First adrenal override use on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're not happy about it.
Pretty high stakes though, so fair use.
Okay. Just, yeah. Yep. I'm going to spending 11 luck to succeed.
So regular success?
Regular
Wait, you need
success.
a 20?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you just don't have any
Throw.
skill in throw.
I don't have any skill in throw.
Oh, God. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, go ahead. Roll your damage for that grenade.
Okay. 28 damage.
28 damage. Hot damn. All right, I roll some dice here, guys. Sorry.
Roll the dice.
Shit. Okay. As you turn around, you're kind of shoved forward. You can hear that guy who was holding you captive kind of run into the hallway. You pull your grenade. You activate your cybernetics. All of a sudden, you feel your heart just start to like hammer in your chest. You throw the grenade perfectly. It's kind of hits the frame of the doorway between the kitchen and the hallway and just perfectly bounces in. And you just hear, fuck! This explosion. A lot of the windows in the house just smash out. Crumples to the ground. You guys all have to kind of like crouch. There's like glass and shit like kind of rains to the ground. Mm-hmm. Pyotr. You see the second Jesuit running out holding something to his chest, obviously bleeding from wounds but still up. Dive into the van.
Can Pyotr take a shot through the window?
You can. It's a very small window, so I'm going to give you a penalty dice on this.
I'd also like to say I'm hauling ass after the grenade goes goes off.
What's the rule for burst firing again?
So to shoot 3 times, basically it's a penalty dice.
You add a penalty dice for every shot you take after the first.
Okay, so in this case, it would be 2 penalty dice for the first one, 3 for the second one, and 4 for the third one.
Yeah.
I would say at that point, I would probably say like, instead of just adding penalty dice ad infinitum, it would be like looking for a hard success, looking for an extreme success kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha.
And sorry, Brian, what did I have to do afterwards to end my turn with the adrenal cortex?
You have to make a con check, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, con check, regular success.
Should I do that now?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Piotr's gonna burst fire out the window.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, regular success.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. It's a 3 on the first roll for the first shot. Oh, fuck. This is gonna hurt. I'm going to spend 11 luck to succeed on the first shot there.
On the first shot?
On the first shot.
And that's a regular success.
That's a regular success.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll roll the other ones just for fun.
Amazing.
Fail.
I want the audience to know at least 2 of our cast have their head in their hands. Like,
Okay, yeah, it's 1 hit. A single hit.
a single hit.
And a 45 is 1d12 plus 1 for damage.
If we were a box of Lucky Charms, we'd have no marshmallows left.
Go ahead and roll your damage. This is tense.
1d10 plus 2 is a 45, sorry.
Yep.
That's 12 damage.
Oh! That's something.
Big time Pyotr
And that's so that was
moves.
1 success, right?
It was 1 success, yeah.
Okay. He's got to make a con check because he did have some body armor left over. As you're kind of like fire your 3 shots off, your world disappears into noise and light as the window shatters. And you kind of like are blinking and ears are ringing. And then you look through this tiny window and you see him slumped inside the van, his legs hanging out, not moving.
Ha! Take that, you stupid jock.
And that is where we will end tonight's episode.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Thanks for making it this far. So ends episode 5. Punygate summary incoming shortly. This podcast is edited, mixed, and mastered by me, Brian Geshgarian. All the music in the podcast is composed by me. Special thanks to Alex, Leah, Tom, and Catherine for lending me their talent for this. You can find us on Insta, TikTok, and Twitch at The Stars Aren't Alright, or on Blue Sky at TSAA Pod. You can also support us on Patreon at the link in our bio, and chat with us on Discord using that very same link. But as a reward for making it to the end, I would like to remind you that the archerfish can shoot down insects above the water surface by spitting a jet of water. Most of all, thanks to you for listening, and we'll see you next time.